Hello, my name is Mrs. Stringer, and to my little ones, I love to be called Mrs. S. Today, I will be teaching K through first grade in an online virtual classroom setting. I will be addressing the ISTE standards 1.2, which talks about the digital standards. I will be talking and focusing on students engaging in a safe and positive and responsible behavior online. At the end of the lesson, my children should be able to take different scenarios and place them into two categories. One is being not safe and the other being safe. And once they place those scenarios in those categories, they will be able to tell why they are safe or not safe. So I look forward to spending time with my little ones explaining this scenario, because the internet is such a scary place and I want them to be well equipped. Hi friends, I am so happy to be with you today. And before we get started, I want to make sure that everyone is logged in and they can see me and hear me well. Okay? I should have 20 people online in this virtual setting. Some of you are live and some of you will watch this at a later time. But again, I am so happy that you can be here. And before we get into our lessons, Mrs. S has a question that she'd like to ask you. And the question is that when you are crossing the street, what do you do to stay safe? So I'm going to give you a few minutes. I'm going to give you a chance to put your audio on and make sure you push the button letting me know that you want to answer the question so that we don't have 5 people answering at the same time. Okay? So again, what do you do to stay safe when you are crossing the street? Sydney. Absolutely. You ask to hold someone's hand. And David. Oh yes, absolutely. You wait for the signal to cross the street. And Darius. Oh yes, I love that one. If there's a crossing guard, you wait for the crossing guard to give you permission to cross the street. Can I get one more person online to answer that question? All right, Sherelle. Sherelle says what? Oh, I love it. She says that it is important to cross at the crosswalk. You know, the little white lines in the street? You start there. You never cross in the middle. You never cross on a slant, on a lane, diagonal, or they call it jaywalking. You never do that. You cross at the crosswalk or at the light. Very good. So, you know that there are safety precautions that we must take when we're crossing the street. So, guess what? We're online. We're online in our websites. We're online in different apps. And right now, you're online taking this course with me. I want to talk about safe or not safe. Now, if you notice, I have some scenarios on the board, but I also have them posted in a slideshow, okay? So the first thing it says is safe or not safe, all right? What we're going to be doing, we're going to be going over some safety scenarios, okay? So again, I asked you the question about crossing the street and what do you do to stay safe to cross the street? Well, we're going to talk about how we stay safe online. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over some rules. You should see a set of rules in the slideshow. There are 3. And the first rule is never share your name, your address, or your school with someone online. Never. Even if it feels like it is a fun game or question, some information like that should only be shared with adults or people we know. Okay? Rule number 2, it says, right, David, it says always ask a grown-up before clicking on something new. You are absolutely right. It is so important to make sure that we ask a grown-up before we click on something. I don't care if it's colorful or if it's animated or if it's, a familiar face. You never click on it. And it can be sent by one of your friends, one of your buddies. You never open it up until you talk to an adult. That is so good. Okay, and number 3, rule number 3, and I really want you all to put your listening ears on to rule number 3. Rule number 3 is, if something feels uncomfortable or confusing or scary or sad, I want you to close it out, and I want you to tell an adult what you saw. And here's the thing. I want you to know that telling the truth is good. It is nothing wrong with telling the truth. It is nothing wrong with telling someone you're uncomfortable and making sure you let an adult know that. Okay? I have to say that again. It is nothing wrong with telling the truth. I want you to always tell your truth. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to take a moment and we're going to pretend that we are safety experts. So what I'm going to do is to pretend that I'm putting on my safety hat, and I'm going to put on my yellow vest. You know, the yellow vest or the orange or the bright green. I'm putting those things on. So I need you all to pretend that you have your safety hat on and your neon green vest. It could be yellow, orange, or green. Okay? So what we're going to do with our safety expert gear, we are going to talk about some scenarios. And in those scenarios, what I mean by scenarios, we're going to talk about the what if. What if this happened? When you hear that what if or that story, you're going to tell me if it is safe, and you should see the little category on your screen, if it is a safe scenario or safe story, or if it's not safe. Okay? I think we have about 8 of them. All right? So I am going to look at the first one. All right? The first one is, and I'll get it out here, and you should see it on the screen. Okay? So the first one is, a website asks you to type your full name, like that's the first, middle, and last name, and your school's name. A website. It could be any website. It could be a gaming website. It could be a website for toys. Do you do that? Correct. Correct, Donovan. You do not do that. That is not safe, because we're not supposed to what? Give our name or school information or address. So we would make sure that that card goes in the section that says not safe. All right? The next scenario or story or what if is, a pop-up says type your address to win a prize. And that prize could be food, it could be a game, it could be toys, it could be whatever it is that makes you excited. Do we do that? Correct. We do not do that. Why? It is not safe, because again, you're not supposed to give out your address, your name, or any important information about you. Correct. So that is not safe. The next thing, it says something online makes you feel confused, so you close it out and tell an adult. Is that safe or not safe? Yes, Jasmine, that is safe, because she saw something, or you or any of us could see something online, and it makes us confused or it makes us feel scared. We're going to close it out, and we're going to go let someone a grown-up know that we saw that, so that they can investigate it and see what that is about and make sure that it doesn't happen again. Okay? And also, you don't want to look at those things or keep those things open, because sometimes they will put a virus on your device. It could be on your phone, it could be on your tablet, your laptop, your desktop. It could be on your property or school property, and it could be very expensive to get rid of that. And in some cases, it's hard to get rid of, and then you end up with a device you can't use because it has a virus. What is a virus? It is a bug. What is a bug? It makes the computer or the device run crazy or not run at all. So it's like having a cold, a really bad cold. It makes the system not run, or in some cases, it can break it. Okay? The next thing is, you tell a trusted grown-up about something strange you saw online. Is that safe or not safe? Yes, that is absolutely safe. It is always always safe to let a grown-up know you saw something that was not proper or something that made you feel some kind of way. Again, it is okay to tell the truth. It is okay to tell when bad things are happening and you see bad things happening. It is okay to let someone grown know that it's happening, okay? The next slide, it should show that you get a message from someone you don't know, and it says click here. Do you click it? Absolutely not. That is not safe. You do not click it because, again, it is someone you don't know. That's right, Charles. You don't know them, and what? You don't know what you're clicking on. Absolutely. All right. A pop-up asks you to type your home address to win a prize. Do we do that? Is that safe or not safe? It is not safe. We do not do that. Again, we do not give out what? Thank you, guys. You do not give out your address to win a prize. Okay. Now, the next thing is a friend sends a link. And this could be a friend. This could be a family member, like a cousin. And they send you a link to buy a brand new game. Do you open the link to buy the game? Absolutely, Cheryl. Of course, Cheryl says no, because first of all, I don't have any money. And second, that is something that my mom would have to do. Absolutely. So again, even when a friend sends you something, you do not open it because it is a link and you don't know what it is. You don't know what it can do, what damage it can do to your device. You don't know what you might open up. Okay? All right. You ask a grown-up first before clicking on a website, a new website, a link. Is that safe or not safe? Yes, that is absolutely safe. You always check with a grown-up before you open up something. And I don't care how cute it might be or how cool it might look. They might send you something that looks like candy, or they might send you something that looks like, for our girls, it looks like makeup, or for the boys, it may look like a dinosaur or a truck. Whatever it is, you do not open it unless you ask an adult. It is so important to make sure that we look at these scenarios and make sure that we understand what is safe and what is not safe and why. Okay? I feel like you all have done a really amazing job. I feel like you all are very great experts in behavior, online behavior and safety. So I'm going to give everybody a thumbs up. And I want you to take a moment and give your own self a thumb up. Yes. Or you can pat yourself on the back. But whatever it is, I think you guys are amazing. And I think you all are ready for online activity, because we understand safety matters. And what I want you to do is, when you're done putting these things in the right category, I want you to take a moment and make sure you share them with others, like your brothers and sisters, even your moms and dads, because sometimes, even as adults, we forget what is safe when we are on the website, when we are online. So I want you to take a moment to share those things. And again, I want you to have an amazing, amazing day on purpose. Bye now.